Hello, and welcome to the Real Show YouTube channel. I don't have to do any fancy intro for this, so let's just get into it. It's another tier list. It's the Raw Women's roster. We've done the SmackDown one. We've done the Raw Men's by now. I think that's gone out. Has that gone out, Corey?
It has indeed.
Okay, cool. And now we're into the Raw Women. This is the last of the main roster tier list for WWE. So it's a very special one, don't you think? This is a very decisive, divisive roster, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and we can actually talk about them a bit more because we're not.
That's our problem with our problem with the men's roster was that there were so many people that we had to we had to split the Raw roster into two videos.
Yeah.
And B, the SmackDown men's roster is like 200,000 hours.
Yeah.
So
this time we can speak about all of them in a nice fashion, good time.
Yeah, nice roundabout way. Okay.
Exactly.
Little explanation because you know what a tier list is, don't you?
Yeah.
We've got 5 things. Corey, give them as fast as you can. Explain which each one of them is. Go.
Essentially, Real Tackler is the best of the best, top of the mountain. Sizzling is you're still pretty good, but you're not quite there yet. Decent is middle of the road, decent. Is they pop up, and you're like, okay, don't mind it. And Itchy and Lumpy is bottom of the bargain bin. No one wants you.
Yeah, no, we hate you, Itchy and Lumpy. And no wrestler has actually gone to Itchy and Lumpy yet.
No, not yet.
Will today be the day? Will today be the day, Corey?
Maybe, who knows?
Okay, right. Number 1, A. We have A for Alexa Bliss. Now, we like to take your whole career into account here at the Real Show. We like to think of your look, your style, how long you've been in the business for, how much you've done. Everything is taken into account, right, Corey?
Exactly. And
now,
Bliss has been around for a while.
Yes, she first started in NXT as this sort of sparkly, glittery cheerleader character, right? Then she went around with a couple of guys, and she was some kind of a sort of heel manager type figure, but she also wrestled. And then she did turn heel when she got to the main roster. Feud with Bayley, feud with Sasha Banks, feud with Nia Jax, feud with a lot of people. But she was a very effective heel.
She was.
She was Raw champion a couple of times. She sort of preceded all, the Diva era and everything. So thank goodness. And now we have Alexa, present day, is this demon, puppet, pawn, schoolgirl, child of the Fiend Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's not, but...
Yeah. Was she also... I knew she won a chamber. Did she win
She
the
did
first?
win a chamber. She won a chamber to defend her Raw Women's Championship.
Yeah, but did she win the first women's chamber?
Oh, I think actually it was the first women's chamber. I know Mickie James was still there.
Because I can remember her in the chamber getting really emotional, and I think it was the first one.
Yeah, and then she did that massive heel turn where she was like, yeah, screw all of you guys. Because you didn't think I could do it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
A shame Mickie James isn't actually on this list. We would have liked to put her on this list, but for some reason she isn't, I don't think.
No, she's not actually. That's a good point.
Oh, sorry, Mickie James.
Other things. We'll get on. We'll get on to the things in a minute. I also want to mention I don't know what match it was. Google it, you'll find it, or YouTube it. I don't know who she was with, but
citation needed.
Yeah, she was in a submission in a match, and she can do this thing where she can like dislocate her arm.
That was Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
she can dislocate her arm, and nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
Until she did it with Becky. Becky's whole thing was she had the disarmer. She could, do like this armbar, and she did it in like Alexa's arm, just like sideways or something. I'm doing it now, but I can't, do it because I'm not double jointed. But
yeah, and like I loved that because everyone's weirded out and Becky's weirded out, and the ref's stopping with submission because her arm's broken. It's not broken. She puts it back in place.
She did it twice, I think.
I think she did. Yeah.
She did it the first time, and it was like, everyone's shocked. And she did it the second time. It was like, you're doing it again. But it was still that kind of shock thing because she was doing it like a heel cheat tactic. Like, you don't know I can do this. I'm just gonna, and she just pops it back in and like punches Becky or something like that. That's fun. Yeah. And there's actually someone else on this list that can do that.
Yep, I know who you're on about.
Right. Okay. There's someone else on this list that can do that. So we'll see who they are when we get to them. Little surprise there.
Mm.
But for Alexa, she's been in the business long enough. She's been around and about with people, which isn't a reference to anything. And and yeah, where do you think we should put her?
I quite enjoy her, and as far as
you do,
as far as the women's on this list go, I think she's one of the better ones.
Yeah, I think in the ring she's always had this, high. And we need more women who can do sort of the high fly stuff and jump around. She has that thing. Is it called the Sparkle Splash? They changed its name like 100 million times.
Yeah, it probably.
I think it was called the Sparkle Splash. Is it called like the? It's called like the Twisted Bliss or something like that. She does like a corkscrew in the air and lands on you. So she also has a very nice sort of Canadian destroyer that always looks good. Yeah, she's just a very well-rounded, charismatic character, and she's much better as a heel. I cannot buy her as a face.
Oh, 100%.
She's much better as a heel. She's not one of those people who can sort of play tweener like some people can on this list.
Yeah.
But she is much better as sort of the big heel. So whether champion or not champion, or sometimes, demented schoolgirl with black goo coming out of her forehead. So what do you think of that? Can I get your opinion on present day? I do not like present day Alexa Bliss. I think she's been completely ruined by this sort of weird Fiend angle initially with Braun Strowman and now with Bray Wyatt.
Okay, so I like some of it. I liked her inclusion with the Fiend because I liked the fact the Fiend was getting someone else to do stuff with. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. And I like how the Fiend apparently changes people, and that's how Alexa Bliss got changed. Okay, cool. I liked the kind of some of it I enjoy, and then some of it I don't. Like the stuff with Asuka, where it's like the playground match or whatever.
Right. Yes.
I didn't like that. But then if like the weird the Randy Orton stuff, where the match with Orton was fine, and when she burned Orton, that was fine. Mm-hmm. So I like some of it. But I don't know. Some of it I don't. I didn't like the playground.
I feel like she shouldn't be anywhere near. I'm sorry, this is my opinion. I feel like she shouldn't be anywhere near the championship because the moment you insert her into the sort of corporate high sort of level championship match and championship scene, let's call it, the whole supernatural thing goes out the window. I know she got eliminated really, really quick at Royal Rumble purely because they didn't have the effects because it was live to do her whole weird transform into a dark-eyed, really powerful demon schoolgirl type thing, But I thought for what it's worth, the spooky gimmick works when she's with Randy and when she's with Bray. But when she's with other women like Asuka, it just doesn't work. I feel like the women's roster is more, you're a really good athlete and that's it. But it's not like you're a sort of demon, demented schoolgirl with, as I said, black goo coming out of your forehead. So I don't think that works personally. And now she's got this sort of weird doll that's been photoshopped into pictures of her as a child. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's called Lily or Lolly or whatever.
Yep.
And that's her new sort of gimmick. But she's still demented. She's still demon Alexa. I think, in my personal opinion, I don't think she can get to Sizzler. I think it's top decent at most. For the moment, if she was still just normal heel Alexa, yes, you'd probably get to Sizzling. But this whole supernatural gimmick just doesn't gel with me for some reason. So,
I was in the opposite. I was thinking Sizzling.
Were you?
Only
if she gets to Sizzler, she's not. There will be people who are better than her.
Only because when most of these women, no offense, when most of these women are in a match, you feel like, oh, okay, Backlash. If any of these
WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah, if any of these women are doing something, I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. But whenever she gets inserted in something, you always at least know something's going to happen. Whether it's good or not, you don't know, but something weird's going to happen. Okay. So I get more excited when she's inserted into stuff because it's like something's going to happen. It's not going to be normal.
Okay, I know you're a fan of the whole supernatural wrestling angles, right?
It's just a bit different. It breaks it up from just normal wrestling.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know how this whole Alexa's playground thing got started. It's this weird sort of she's on a swing and she's on a slide. She's dancing, skipping around, and looking really happy, but her eyes are really messed up, and she's wearing sort of white and black makeup to try and look like the Fiend, to have the Fiend's face,
Yeah.
So Right, if we put it right, okay. If we put her in Sizzling, that's fine, but she's
Yeah.
not going to get very far. There will be people who are better than her in Sizzling.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that okay?
Yep.
And also, if she's putting in Sizzling, she's not. I do not rate her on the whole Supernatural thing. I think that's bogus. But I am putting her up there purely because, like, 2016, 2018, Heel Alexa was perfect. So that's what I'm giving her this on, not on the recent. Even though I know the picture is the Supernatural gimmick, I'm not rating her on the Supernatural gimmick, right?
Yep.
Because if it was just Supernatural gimmick, I'd honestly want her an Itchy and Lumpy. Right. Who's next?
Asuka.
Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow. I'm a fan.
Right.
I really think Asuka is just a business.
Okay.
I think
this is now going to end up being the opposite of what we just had a conversation with.
No. I think, look, she's one of those people that carried us through the pandemic era, right? She was shouting Japanese. Her interaction with Jerry Lawler was really funny, where Jerry acted like he understood what she was saying. I thought that was really hilarious. She was just shouting informal Japanese and dancing around and wearing those massive robes she has. But look, her work at NXT is undeniable, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's got the longest winning streak before it was broken by Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, no less. Yeah, sure, I know she's 0-4 at WrestleMania now. She has taken 4 losses in a row, and she's been tag team champion a couple times. She was Raw. I think is she Grand Slam? I swear to you, she's Grand Slam because she's NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, and tag team.
Yeah.
Is that is?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. So, she's Grand Slam. She had a massive streak. She had the Raw recently. She had the Raw Championship for at least over 100 days. I think it was over 300 days, something like that. I know she had it for a very, very long time before they had that janky stuff with Sasha. So, but yeah, now she's sort of in the title. She's a person for the title scene. She's always around that title scene. I like that. Her work as Kana on the Japanese sort of indie ring was great, and she came into NXT as Asuka, and she was really powerful. She had really great matches with like Emma and Bayley, and it's hard to believe that she was around sort of when the Four Horsewomen were, or at least during late times where the Four Horsewomen were around. Like I know she had NXT matches with Bayley, NXT matches with Sasha and Nia Jax, and that was very sort of late NXT before she was brought up to the main roster. And Emma, she fought against Emma a couple of times. Remember that? So, I think in-ring skill also undeniable. She's very, really quick. She's really got really good kicks, really good suplexes and slams and all that kind of thing. She relies more on her speed and technical ability, I'll admit. Also, the Asuka lock was like the most protected finisher in NXT for a while. Like nobody got out of that thing, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to pass it over to you. Do you have any reservations on Asuka?
Right. So NXT, yep, cool. I agree. 100%. Main roster, couple issues. First off, and I know it's not technically her fault, but her whole streak thing, first off, got broke straight away, which is annoying.
Yeah.
I don't... Yes, she was women's champion recently until WrestleMania. However, I ain't gonna lie, I remember none of her championship reign. Except for her winning the tag team titles. She won the tag team titles, and she probably defended them more than she defended her women's championship.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be with Lana, but it was with Charlotte because Lana went out for some weird reason.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I remember, Asuka with the Raw. Actually, no, I remember a couple of things. Asuka with the Raw Women's Championship recently. I know she didn't actually win it in a match. Becky just gave it to her because of Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah,
Becky was pregnant, bless her.
I forgot that's how. That's even worse. I forgot that's how she won it.
Yeah, she didn't even win. She won Money in the Bank, and Becky came out and she was like, "Right, I guess you've got to challenge me, but hold on, I'm pregnant and here's the belt." So
I forgot about that.
Yeah, she didn't even really win it off anybody. She just won Money in the Bank, which was a cinematic match, which is kind of like winning the walking down the stairs championship. It's not that hard. But anyway, yeah. And then she went on to defend it against Mickey James and Zelina Vega. Not really,
No.
not your main event caliber people. Yeah, sure, she did go against Sasha Banks and Bayley back when they were actually together as a team. And then Kairi Sane, who if Kairi Sane was here, I really, really like Kairi Sane. A fun fact actually, Kairi Sane was at WrestleMania. Did you know that most recently?
Yep.
She did Japanese commentary, which I think is awesome. And I think someone said, like, oh yeah, in the Japanese commentary, Kairi Sane talked about working with Asuka. I thought, oh, that's really sweet that she'd still remember that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I remember she passed on good terms with WWE. She kind of like, oh, I've got to go back to Japan, and now she is. So yeah, best of luck, Kairi. I like Kairi Sane as well. But yeah, Asuka did good in her pairing with Kairi Sane. They got the tag team belts a couple times. They're an effective sort of heel team, face team. I don't quite know what she is now. I guess she's a tweener.
Yeah.
I guess she's more face because I guess Charlotte and Rhea are more heels. So I guess Asuka is more face now.
Yeah, she's on the face side.
Yeah, she's on the face side. Yeah, she's leaning closer to face than to heel, I'll admit.
Yeah.
But recently, okay, this is kind of like the Alexa. This is the Alexa thing for me. Recently, her work hasn't been the best.
No,
she's never gone down in my estimation. She's always been, Asuka, she's really good in the ring. She's got a really good gimmick. She's got really good style and presence and presentation and blah, blah. But what they've been doing with her, no, not really. But yeah, I know you can have all the skill in the world, but if you're booking shit, you're booking shit, right?
Yeah.
So, I think if she goes to Sizzling, that's good. I don't think at the minute she wouldn't be right. If this was NXT Asuka, yes, she'd be going to Spectacular. Of course, she would be.
Yeah.
But since it's now Raw roster, she's sort of become this kind of pseudo veteran figure where she's been on the main roster for a while, longer than most of these girls, and she's sort of done more and been around more. She's sort of become this sort of very very knowledgeable and very intelligent in-ring worker. I think if she did more on the main roster, yes, she'd go to Spectacular. As I said, if it was NXT Asuka, she definitely would be. But Sizzling, I think that's as far at the minute.
I think so as well.
And I think above Alexa. Is that your silence has been noted?
I'll put her there, but I don't agree.
Oh, you don't agree?
Nope.
Why not? Can you define that?
It's not even letting me put in.
Oh, never mind.
Supernatural Alexa Bliss is stopping me.
Oh God. Well, no. Right. Tell me why that you don't agree that Asuka is better than Alexa.
I'm only saying that because I think currently I'm more excited to see Alexa Bliss than I am Asuka.
Oh, sorry, I can't agree with that, Corey.
Yeah, but like if Asuka turns up, it's going to be a match, and that's it. Whereas for me, if Alexa turns up,
it's going to be a bloody good match because it's Asuka.
Yeah, but there's always good matches in cards. I want to see something different. I want a bit of variety.
Oh, okay. This is the war of I don't like supernatural bollocks, and Corey does like supernatural.
It's why I like gimmick matches because it breaks it up. It's a bit of fun.
Oh right, okay, sure thing. Right, next now. It is Charlotte Flair, the Queen. Now, you've actually seen Charlotte Flair in real life.
I have. I've met her. I've shook her hand.
You've shook her hand. You've spoken to her. When was this? Do you remember?
It would have been 2017, 2018.
So she was, I think, still in the championship picture at that point.
Yeah.
She's always been a championship picture, though.
Yeah.
Was she SmackDown or Raw at that point?
Want to say SmackDown.
2017, it sounds like SmackDown. I think it sounds like she was with Becky at that point.
Yeah.
She was feuding before Becky sort of turned into the man. I think Charlotte was around there. But yeah, you met her, shook her hand. I'm sure she seemed like a perfectly nice girl.
Very,
she seems
very
like
lovely. Very lovely.
Yeah, she seemed like a really lovely woman. But Charlotte Flair herself, I'm not too hot on her at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like NXT again. I know I talk about NXT a lot, but NXT Charlotte Flair, yeah, she was with the Four Horsewomen. She was Divas Championship or whatever. She's got NXT. She's more than one time Grand Slam, I think.
Yeah, probably.
She's Grand Slam a couple times over. I know she's like a 10-time or 13-time women's champion or something like that. A lot of reigns, right?
Yeah.
And she's proven it. She's very gifted in the ring. She can do everything. She can do big kicks and big slams and big dives through the ropes and dives off the ropes and dives off the turnbuckle. She can do that really cool sort of spinning corkscrew in the air. She's got very effective looking moves. She's a very good worker, and I think overall, I know when I know Charlotte turns up, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to see her, but also I'm like, I don't know, because it's her booking again. She always seems to be booked just constantly in this shot in the championship picture. I wish she'd go and, like, I don't know, do a tag feud or do something different, but. It's like old Vince McMahon meme. Have you seen that Vince McMahon meme of him turning around and going, "We need Charlotte Flair"? Have you seen that?
No.
Where every time there's a women's feud, people put that gif of Vince McMahon turning around and saying, "We need Charlotte Flair."
Isn't that literally what? Or was that someone else? But I swear that's what he did. In actual,
it's Vince.
No, but in actual booking, I swear, I remember him being somewhere. He came out the ring and then just added Charlotte to a match for some random reason.
Yeah, I swear he did. He loves adding Charlotte to a match. Becky and Ronda was going to headline WrestleMania 35 until Vince had them go, "We need Charlotte Flair." For some odd reason, I know it was to give Becky the big one. It was to give Becky both, actually create Becky 2 belts, but I didn't think it was at all needed because Becky's beef was with Ronda, not with Charlotte. But hey, triple threat WrestleMania main event. Who am I to criticize?
Yeah,
not at all. But yeah, I think I'd like to see Charlotte go real tacular. Yeah. I think she's skilled enough, got good enough skill on the mic. Whatever she wants to do, I'm sure she can do it. She seems in a perfectly healthy position right now. And yeah, I know she missed out on WrestleMania 37, but she's back, and now she's gone again because she reportedly needs dental work, apparently. But whatever she wants to do, she's incredibly good at what she does. So.
I'm in agreement. I think real tacular.
Right, real tacular. I don't think she'll stay there for. No, I don't think she'll stay there for a bit. She'll get her reign at the top of real tacular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to make any comment about Charlotte?
There's not much else to say, really, is there? I mean, it's in the ring she's good. I do wish she got booked a little bit less.
Yeah, me too.
Her storyline with Lacey Evans was a bit
Yeah, but taking into account all the good, but I think with Charlotte, the good outweighs the bad for me.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean she's accomplished too much. She has to be in real tacular.
Yeah.
You can't put like a 13
and I think for Charlotte, the good outweighs the bad. And
you can't put a 13-time women's champion in like decent.
No. So real tacular, Charlotte will go.
Yes.
Also, her figure eight looks really, really good. That looks super.
True.
That looks super, athletic and super flexible every time she pulls it out.
Yeah.
And underrated, honestly. Her Boston Crab is pretty underrated. That looks deadly every time she does it. It's really underrated, that move. Anyway, moving on from Charlotte, we have Dana Brooke.
We do indeed.
Another person who's sort of been tossed about the mid card, I believe. I think she's our first sort of women's mid carder here.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember Dana very well. I know, like many of these women, she did get a start off in NXT. She was with Emma again, and she did like a feud with Asuka, as we've mentioned, and then she went on to main roster, and people just kind of, I don't want to say forgot about her, but she didn't really get much to do in main roster.
Well, she was with Titus, wasn't she, at the start?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think she was like Titus' secretary or something.
She was with they weren't called Titus Worldwide, or it might have been. It was Titus, her, and someone who escapes me.
Right, I think it was Titus World. Was that not the name of his company? He was like a businessman.
That might have been, but he also shouts Titus Worldwide. So I don't know if that's why I was shouting it, or if I'm just getting confused.
Oh right,
his catchphrase.
Right, okay, but yeah, Dana was like their secretary. She was like had a suit and glasses and stuff, and then she became an in-ring talent. which she was doing. She has sort of that same sort of somewhat.
Okay. It was Apollo Crews that's also with them.
Oh right, okay. It was Titus and Apollo Crews, was it?
Apparently, it was Titus, Crews, and Brooke. That's what I remember. And apparently, Tozawa at some point was part of it.
Oh, fair enough then.
It was called Titus Worldwide.
No, I knew it. I knew it was Titus Worldwide. Yes, he was like a businessman, wasn't he? He'd come out in a suit as well. He'd be like, "This is my company. We're Titus Worldwide."
Yeah.
So, but Dana was part of that, and then I think she joined up with Charlotte for a bit afterwards.
Possibly.
I remember Emma came back to main roster, and Dana was like, "No, I don't want to work with you anymore because you just screwed me over in NXT." So then she joined up with Charlotte, and she became Charlotte's sort of lackey for a while, because I guess they both have blonde hair, and Vince just looks at blonde women and the table rises 3 inches.
I mean, the next 4 are blonde.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. The next 4 are blonde. So,
in fact,
this is like Vince's party right here.
Charlotte's just gone in, and she's blonde.
She's all blonde, yeah. Love blonde women for some reason. Anyway, Dana Brooke. I think she's okay in the ring. She's not the best. She did some stuff with Ronda. She did some stuff with when Ronda arrived. Dana had come out to go, "Oh, you don't respect this business. You don't da da da," and then Ronda just kicked the shit out of her. So yeah, she did take on a bit of a jobber status, which is unfortunate. But hey, what are you going to do? Someone's got to do it, right, Dana? So
yeah, I mean, well, now she's just in the tag team, isn't she? She's floating around in women's tag team picture.
Yeah, as part of what are they called? Are they called the Sexy Muscle Friends?
I don't. If that is their name, I'm kind of hoping it's not.
I honestly think that's their name. No, on a citation needed. I honestly think that's their name.
Oh my! If that is,
I honestly think they're called the Sexy Muscle Friends. Because I swear that it was either the Iconics or it was Bayley that said that, and it just kind of stuck. And the name just kind of stuck. So
sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I don't know if that's true. Okay, it is true.
Is it?
Yes, I've just checked. Then they are called the Sexy Muscle Friends.
Great.
So it sounds like one of those like budget 8-bit video games.
It doesn't sound good, no.
You know, the Sexy Muscle Friends. Anyway, it reminds me of that. I don't know why. It reminds me of that that video game where you play those sort of block people and you have to kind of jump around on each other. I don't know what the game's called, but
video game block people jump around. No, it's not. I thought you meant mount your friends. That's not what you're on about.
Yeah, I think it is Mount Your Friends.
Oh, Mount Your Friends.
I think it is Mount Your Friends. I think that's why the sex. Yeah, it is. I think it is Mount Your Friends. I think that's what I'm reminded of every time someone here says that name.
Yeah. God, I haven't played that game in ages.
I think it is Mount Your Friends. Good job on that one, Corey. Thank you for remembering that. Anyway, Dana, just put her in decent.
Yeah.
That was a nice discussion though about it. We spent half the time talking about Mount Your Friends, but now we have Lacey Evans.
Yep.
The Southern Belle, as they call her. She's one of those. Actually, no. She's one of those people who play a heel, but I know in real life she's actually very, very nice.
Yeah.
And she has very sort of face tendencies, but they always book her heel. So.
True. I mean, again, trying to think. NXT. Not for. I don't think she's in NXT for long.
No, she wasn't actually. She was part of the fabled NXT 6.
Yeah.
The people that were called up all at the same time. Nikki Cross is along the list. She was part of the NXT 6 with Sanity. And Lacey was part of that group. She was brought up to SmackDown. And she had that gimmick for a few weeks where she'd just walk onto the stage,
and then leave.
Smile and wave during a match, and then walk away.
Yeah. Because like, there were loads of vignettes about like the perfect woman and like how you have to dress a certain way and walk a certain way, and then she had the whole like army thing. She
did have the whole army thing. Did she take that on later, or did she start off as the? I swear she took on the army thing late. No, I think she started off with the army thing.
I think it was early on, and then she kind of just became. She's kind of gotten rid of that, and is now just back to.
It's
what
now
she
just
was.
the sassy southern lady, as she says. She calls everybody a nasty.
I will say though, her theme song, possibly the best on this list.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Lacey Evans. I've not even heard her theme song, Corey.
it's catchy. What like a lady talk
I've
like
never
a
even
lady.
heard it. Got to be very catchy.
Walk like a lady, talk like a lady. It's a great theme song.
Oh right.
Go listen to it after this. It's fantastic.
It's not the. I don't know. I've never listened to it.
Oh, it will get stuck in your head.
Oh, it's not that Tom Jones song, is it?
No,
It's not Tom Jones. She's a lady.
it's not. It's not that. Kind of wish it was, but it's not.
Oh, it would be good if it was if you had Tom Jones singing her to the ring.
I was about to say, yeah, kick Tom Jones at WrestleMania.
Yeah, get Tom Jones. If Lacey Evans does a WrestleMania match, maybe we could have got that if we had Charlotte versus Lacey at WrestleMania.
Oh man, I would love to see that.
Maybe we could have got Tom Jones singing "She's a Lady."
I'd love to see that.
But Tom Jones. But yeah, we have Lacey Evans. Yeah, she's okay in the ring. She gets again. This is another person who did stuff with Charlotte. She's like everyone on this list has done something with Charlotte.
It's like the whole the seven degrees of bacon or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, 6 degrees. The 6 degrees of bacon.
It's like that.
The 6 degrees of Charlotte. Who has worked with Charlotte?
Like everyone, I think, on this list has.
I think literally everyone has had something with Charlotte on this list. So, in some weird degree of separation.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lacey, she's okay. Not too good, not too bad. The whole Ric Flair thing recently was very strange for me.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
I'd say let's make a decision. Decent.
I was thinking that.
But I think over Dana.
Yeah.
For some reason, she gets better than Dana because I think she's had definitely more time on TV.
Yeah. There we go.
Move her along. There we go. More time on TV. More matches. Great stuff with Becky Lynch, even though Becky Lynch is always great. So.
Well, now we're going to talk about someone who has not had much time on TV. That's Lana.
Yes, Lana, the ravishing Russian, but she doesn't have her accent anymore.
No.
Was that ever explained in kayfabe?
I don't think so.
I
don't think we ever got a Kofi Kingston situation.
No, I don't think so. I think the sort of the headcanon is just Lana's been in America so much she's lost her accent.
She's lost it.
Yeah, I think that's sort of the headcanon explanation.
Right.
That Lana's been in the US so much she just lost her accent. Accent that she never had in the first place because Lana's actually American.
Yes.
But anyway, yes, Lana. We're talking about someone who again started in NXT but didn't actually become an in-ring talent for some time. She was the manager to Rusev, later Miro, and they're actually married in real life. So good for them.
Yeah. I mean, I find this to be a somewhat difficult one because, as far as like managerial status goes, I quite enjoyed her.
Yeah, I liked the suits.
I will say, however, that when Aiden English got involved, I think I preferred him.
Right. Okay.
Only because I feel like he was a bit more involved. He would sing Rusev to the ring, and I liked that. But when Lana was more like outside the ring and would kind of get involved.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's kind of like a bit of an Andrade Zelina Vega situation.
Yeah, true.
Zelina Vega, another person who is on Raw and is not on this list.
Oh yeah.
No, we're missing Mickey and Zelina. Sorry, Mickey and Zelina.
No.
Obviously, more sorry because you're out of a job. But other than that,
yeah,
we would have liked to have had you on this list.
I mean, her in-ring stuff's been bad. I was going to try and put it lightly, but bad.
Bad.
How
bad? How so? How so bad?
I mean, right, put it this way. It makes sense for a manager who steps into the ring to not win many matches. because
Or not be good at wrestling.
because we're not a wrestler. That's the point.
Yeah.
However, she hasn't got a resolution to any of her stories. She just loses.
Hmm.
Nothing's concluded yet. Like, I'm waiting for the one day where she randomly happens to win a belt randomly, just happenstance.
Or win a feud randomly.
Exactly.
Apart from that weird sort of pseudo feud ending in the tables match with Nia.
Yeah, but she just pushed her. Come on.
Yeah, she just pushed her into a table and made Nia yell my hole. So
Yeah, it's like nothing's happening yet. It's like, give us something. Like
she's with Naomi at the minute, and that's promising.
Exactly, she's in a tag team. Just have her win the belt. Have her do a Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, where she gets the pin, and like Kurt Hawkins breaks his losing streak. Have it be the same thing.
Yeah. Are you trying to book Lana versus Kurt Hawkins?
I mean, I wouldn't say no to seeing it. I'm sure it'll be somewhere.
Right, yeah, okay. But
Kurt Hawkins can pull a good match. I'm sure he can get something good out of that.
right, okay.
Throw in Zack Ryder, throw in Miro. There you go, got something.
Yeah, get Miro in there, yeah. But as far as Lana goes, in ring, yeah, I know she's like on social media a lot, and she's like, oh, working really hard, working with Natalya, stuff like that. And I applaud that. I applaud she's willing to improve. But I feel like at the moment, yeah, she's been thrown around too much with Asuka and with Naomi and with Nia and stuff like that. So I'm like, I feel like we need something more concrete for Lana. Put her in a good feud against someone she can have some chemistry with, please, because I don't want to see her just wishy-washy, and I don't like that.
That makes sense.
Right. What are you saying? Decent?
I think decent's the highest she can go.
Right, yeah. Let's go. I was actually about to say and then on the very last cusp of breath, I thought decent.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be opposed to now, actually. But it's your choice.
Oh, it's top air or bottom decent, isn't it?
Do you think top air is better than bottom decent? No, actually, I think bottom decent is better than top air.
Yeah.
But what do you say?
Bottom
I don't
decent.
think... Right, okay. I don't think anyone's actually going to get to air in this either.
No.
Because the rest of them seem pretty competent as far as I'm concerned, apart from about one or two, but we'll get to that.
No, they were pretty competent. There's one person who's coming up, and I'm like, I swear, if you diss them, we're going to have a riot.
Right, okay, oh dear. Yeah, I've got someone like that as well that's coming up.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
Go off.
I wonder who that is, Murray.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, Mandy Rose.
Yes.
Mandy Rose. Now, I think Mandy Rose is kind of cool.
Okay.
But I don't think she's cool now. I don't like the Sexy Muscle Friends, and that is their name. I liked Fire and Desire.
Yes.
I liked Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose. Yes, I thought maybe the feud sort of killed that, I know. But I think Sonya came out of that looking better than Mandy did. Because everyone thought, oh yeah, Sonya can never sort of survive on her own without Mandy. Yeah, but now we thought, oh yeah, Sonya definitely can. Because Sonya turned into that shit-eating heel. That was great.
Yeah.
But with Mandy, she kind of... I don't think she can do face very well. I just don't think she can do face very well.
True.
She's good as that, oh, I'm going to flip my hair and look really pretty and slap you in the face kind of heel. I don't think she can do face. I just don't.
I don't.
But her ring work, yes, I know she's very... she's definitely competent. She's got a really good sort of running kick she does that's really good. She never uses the Bed of Roses anymore. Have you realised that?
That's a good point.
When was the last time she used the Bed of Roses?
It's a very good point.
It's like, what is it? Is it like a vertical suplex or something like that?
Yeah.
No, it's like an underhook suplex, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like she does it picks you up sort of back, sort of upside down, and then plants you on the floor. It's something like that. But I don't know when's the last time she used it. So I don't know whether they've got rid of it for some reason, or she's taking that sort of running kick as a finisher now, which looks sort of piss poor compared to the Bed of Roses. But citation needed. When was the last time she used the Bed of Roses? Anyway, I think she's good. Got good gear. Looks really impressive. I'd like to see more of her, but I don't think she can work face at all. Dana kind of pulls it off. Dana can kind of work face a little bit.
Yeah.
That's because she has. That's because she can, be sort of sympathetic. But with Mandy, I think she looks too much like your blonde bombshell heel to me. So, and for that reason, I know we said no one's going to get to air, but right, okay, no, Mandy will be carried through on the fact that she was in NXT for a while. She had main roster Fire and Desire, decent. All the blonde women are going in decent.
I think we're finding out we have a type, and blonde people it is not.
Yeah, blonde people it is not. Put them in decent.
Where are we
right,
saying?
okay. If you want Mandy in air, I will not argue with you.
No, decent's fine.
Sort of, I think above Lana, but below Dana at the minute.
Yeah, I was about to say it's somewhere next to Dana.
As I said, if this was a couple years ago, Mandy would be well ahead of Dana.
Yep.
Now we have Mia Yim. I've got to sort of watch where I step here because I don't know whether this is the person that you're a really big fan of. But I think I'm a fan of Mia Yim.
I like Mia.
Now I'm talking about her NXT work here.
Yes.
With Dakota Kai, with Tegan Knox, with Shotzi Blackheart, stuff that really gave Mia a chance to shine in those teams, right?
Yes.
She was going to be in the War Games match, first ever War Games match, but she got injured. I think by Io Shirai or by Dakota Kai, someone like that. But yeah, I think she is someone who is like the badass babyface, because I don't think she can do heel. Unlike Mandy, who sort of can't do face, I don't think Mia can do heel.
Yeah,
she is good as a face because wears the cap and the bandana, and she's just the M sign all the time, and she wears the Timberland boots and runs around. And yeah, she's really cool. I think she's quite she's quite cool.
She is good. It's upsetting that we didn't and won't see her in the War Games / another War Games match.
No, the same she missed a chance out on that.
Yeah, and she's good. I don't know as much about her from NXT.
I know she was in the Mae Young Classic.
Yes.
That's as much as I know at the minute. I know she did some work in Impact a bit, but she was under a different name. And then she came to the Mae Young Classic as Mia Yim, and that was where she first sort of showed her stuff. And then she got to NXT like most people do when you go in the Mae Young Classic. So
yeah, I'm also surprised none of us did a Regan impression when saying War Games. Actually,
right.
Just realised that because everyone does that.
But shall we just sort of mention the elephant in the room?
I mean,
the fact that Mia Yim is no longer on Raw. As of the point of recording, she's been moved to SmackDown and will probably show up next week.
Yeah.
When we're recording this, and B, when she came up to Raw, she wasn't Mia Yim.
No, who was she?
She was Reckoning, which is member of the so-called Retribution with T-Bar, Mace Windu, and Slapjack and the Wonky Donkey.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think she was, and she was never really used. She was kind of like, she did their promos for them, and then her mask kept falling off.
I mean, she wasn't used. You're forgetting about the other female who also wasn't used.
Ooh, Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah. She's
gone back to NXT as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
She was there for 1 week, 2 weeks.
What we found out is if you're in Retribution, don't be a female. It doesn't work out well.
No, don't be Mia Yim. But and then at WrestleMania 37, most recently, she just turned up in her normal gear.
Yeah.
She turned up in her normal gear. She looked fine. She looked good, and she was on the ramp when Vince was doing his big speech, and they said, "Hey, Mia Yim is no longer Reckoning. Mia Yim is Mia Yim."
Yep.
She completely overhauled her Twitter and everything, and then she's now on SmackDown. So you know what? Good for me. If she got out of a shitty situation, good for her. She wouldn't have stuck as Reckoning. Definitely not.
No.
Why take a character that had as much potential as Mia Yim on NXT and just turn her into this, second-hand dime store anarchist character that wouldn't work? So good for. I think she's come out of this probably the best you can come out of it.
True.
And I think she's got a pretty good moveset. I don't know much about her moves, but I know she does like that really cool sort of, again, a running kick thing, and She has. Oh, what's the name of her finisher? I know she's got a cool name for a finisher, but yeah, I think I like Mia, and if she's going to go anywhere, I'd say she'd go to sort of at least on her NXT work, she'd be top decent. But because she's not been that much on Raw, I don't think she'd get as high as Lacey.
No.
What do you say?
I'm in agreement. I'm fine with second decent.
Right, second decent then. Now, I don't think anyone will get to air. I think that's my prediction.
I think, yeah.
At least,
I think
right.
Fine.
Now we have Naomi. I'm a May, yay, zing, as the theme goes.
Again, pretty decent theme.
Yeah, I know. Okay, this is a theme I do know. This is a theme I do like. Now, already, I think I can make a prediction of where Naomi's going to go.
I think I also could, but I don't know if it's going to be the same as yours.
Right, I'd like to see her in Sizzling.
Okay, well, that's fine. It's the same as yours.
Good. I'd like to see her in Top Sizzling even.
Sure.
Because, right, put her up there, then we'll talk.
I'm not going to disagree. I'm fine with that.
Come on, bypass janky Alexa. There you go. Naomi can do it. And Naomi can do it. I think she is in fact amazing the way her theme goes.
Mm-hmm.
I like her neon glow thing. She goes feel the glow. That's her move. She does that cool dance where she moves her legs and moves her arms and stuff, because that's how you dance. If you don't move your legs or arms while you're dancing, you're standing still, Corey.
You can move your head. Do a bit of head bubbles.
Headbutt. Oh yeah, you can headbang. That's also a dance.
You can do that.
But Naomi, she's very athletic in the ring, very flexible. She's good at the height. Now she's more of a high flyer, definitely.
Yeah.
She does that cool jumps off the ring. She does that cool crossbody. She's got really good striking. She's got good grappling as well. Feel the Glow. Feel the Glow is like a submission of hers, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Her gear always looks outstanding, wouldn't you say?
Mm.
The neon, the colours, the bright rainbow colours. When she comes into the Royal Rumble, she's like the Kofi of the Royal Rumble, isn't she?
Yes.
Naomi's like the athletic one. You're thinking, right, who's going to win? Who's going to return? What's Naomi and Kofi going to do, right?
Yeah.
And that my favourite part was the 2017-2018 Women's Rumble, where Naomi took that part of the announce desk and used it as like a bridge to run over to the ring again.
Yeah,
I love that. That's so innovative.
She did the handstand, I believe.
Yeah, she does like run across the barricade and like jump onto the ring again.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because I swear, like, the only upsetting thing about me is I'm pretty sure everything she's done, Kofi has already done.
Yeah, but it's good to see Naomi do it though.
Did she do the chair as well, or did she not do that?
She may have done I think I have a vague memory of her doing the chair. It may have not been in the one that I'm talking about, but
obviously this year she used Bianca's hair.
She did. That was fun. This year she did use Bianca's hair, and she lasted for a while as well.
She did.
Naomi lasted for a very long time.
She's also the only female on this list that's technically had somewhat of a custom belt. I say custom, it had glow sticks on it, but... She had
that glowing... She was SmackDown champion.
It looked enough different, so technically she's the only one with a custom belt.
It was SmackDown champion, and she had a glowing belt.
She did.
She was SmackDown champion, and it was a glowing belt. It was. It'd do that neon thing, and it'd light up, and I like how it all goes black, and the theme goes on, and then she's there in the neon, and she's dancing down to the ring. It looks good. So I'm quite a fan of Naomi as well. She's very gifted in the ring. She's probably people say she's the most underrated woman at the minute. But she's really good. She's really good in the ring. She's got really good promos. She's been here for a while, and she doesn't really get to do much, which is an incredible shame.
True. Okay.
But based on her entire main roster career with Team Bad and with Sasha, it's hard to believe she was on the main roster before Sasha was. She's part of the Funkadactyls, I do believe.
She was with Cameron.
Yeah, with Cameron.
And Brodus Clay.
Yeah. Just part of the Funkadactyls. So, yeah, good for her. Good for you, Naomi.
Your mama, as the theme song would go.
Yeah. Anything to say on Naomi?
Again, yeah, good. Solid work, very nice moveset, very fast, very quick, very agile, always fun to watch. Other than that, I mean, I liked her championship run. I like the fact she got a different belt, kind of. When she turns up, she does some good stuff. Her tag team currently is going okay. I wish they'd win something, but you know, who knows? They might do. They might win when this goes out. They might already be women's tag team champions. Who knows? You never
Maybe
know
if they have a match at Backlash, maybe.
Yeah. But no, I think she's alright. I think she's alright.
Right. Next up, we have Nia Jax, who is a figure of some contention among the roster.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that. No, I don't know. I don't know whether I should, but
why? Are you scared? This is my favourite. Is this the thing you're scared of?
I don't know if this is your favorite. I don't know if we're going to play the game of which one's Corey's favourite.
Could Nia Jax be the one that I will riot if you? It's not, by the way. I'm not the biggest fan of Nia Jax.
Right. Okay. Well, no, neither am I. I think, we need one of those big, powerful women who's good at slamming and hurting people, as you said a few weeks ago. But
we've had this discussion before when we were talking about Tamina.
We did.
Tamina's this big, powerful female. However, Nia Jax is also a big, powerful female. However, Rhea Ripley's a big, powerful female. And also Shayna Baszler.
Raquel Gonzalez is a big, powerful female.
Yeah, and Shayna Baszler is a big, powerful female.
Piper Niven in NXT UK is also a big powerful female.
It's like on this list, you've got Shayna, you've got Rhea, and you've got Nia Jax. There's 3 of them, and like,
Charlotte technically sometimes.
Yeah, but it's like that's nah. It's
but I think Nia definitely ranks at the lowest to the bottom of those 3, 4 if you count Charlotte.
I will say though, Nia's current stuff with Shayna, ignoring Reginald, with Shayna is probably some of the better stuff she's done. Yeah,
I think I didn't really like her early booking. Now, she's someone who, strangely, her booking has improved.
Yes.
Which is really weird for WWE, because normally it's the opposite.
I mean,
normally the booking starts out great and then slowly drops to where you don't even know they exist anymore.
Most people on those lists, we've literally gone, in the past, they would get higher, but now...
Yeah, exactly. But with Nia, I think it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I think in the past, she had this sort of dumb brute gimmick that didn't work, and then she had that weird bullying angle with Alexa that didn't work, which ended up with her being Raw champion. Do you even remember that?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but now she's been tag champion for probably over 100 days, something like that.
It's been a while.
With Shayna, they defeat everybody. They've been on SmackDown. They've been on Raw. They've even been on NXT against Raquel Gonzalez. They've done really good stuff. I think they really, as much as they try to act like they don't gel together, I feel like they really do gel together. Because Nia is the powerful brute, and Shayna's the more methodical grappler. And I think they really work well together, and they're both very powerful heels.
True.
So, but I think if she was on her own, I don't think I'd like her as much as if she was with Shayna.
Yeah.
And it's weird because Shayna's booking was the opposite of Nia. Shayna came onto the main roster really strong and then dropped off. But with Nia, she sort of came on, didn't do much initially, and then now she's like probably having the time of her life doing it. So
yeah. And
now she's in a great feud with Tamina. That's just kicked off because of WrestleMania and with Natalya. So I think they are building to Natalya and Tamina becoming tag team champions.
I hope so.
So right, let's rank Nia though. Let's rank Nia.
I don't think but
no, I think so mid to bottom decent.
Yeah, I mean
probably ahead of Lana, but
yeah,
not as high as Mandy, or maybe just ahead of Mandy. I'm gonna leave it to you. It's up to you.
That's the question. Definitely above Lana. Would I rather see Mandy Rose or Nia Jax?
Sure call.
Put me in a situation here.
Go on, make the call, Corey.
There,
nice.
Right, this next one, I think I'm going to sit back for a bit.
Right. I don't want to scream it into the mic.
This is your time to shine, Murray.
But this is my brutality. Oh my God. I might just explode right now on the mic. I might just explode right now on the mic. What could I possibly say? What could I possibly say that wouldn't be any more of a compliment to this woman? Dear me. I don't know what you're quite expecting, Corey, but I can definitely deliver on whatever you are, right? We are talking about the one, the only, the nightmare, Rhea Ripley. Oh my God. I am in love with this woman. She is absolutely stellar. She is A1, amazing, awesome. I've not got enough words to describe. I've not got enough words to describe how awesome I think she is. First off, her in-ring skill is absolutely top-notch. She is completely A1, A-star. She's got really impactful suplexes, really good drop kicks, really good agility, really good power in the ring. Her cloverleaf always looks really effective. She's been in 2 WrestleManias so far, both championship matches. She was the first ever NXT UK Women's Champion. She was NXT Women's Champion for a while before it was obviously ended by Charlotte at WrestleMania again. She ended Shayna Baszler's winning streak in NXT. She's the first Australian Raw Women's Champion, which is ending Asuka's reign, which I think was more than 100 or 300 days. She was the first Australian to ever win a women's main roster belt. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I just think she's a white-hot megastar. She's an absolute skyrocket. She's, as I said, gifted in the ring. She's a natural, but she's obviously learned and improved from NXT UK. She's improved so much. When she's sort of in the ring, moving around, her pop-up game's so mad. She's got the big boot. She's got drop kicks, a riptide. They all look really strong. She looks really strong. She looks like an absolute beast. Her body's amazing. I love her gear, her entire look, the way she just shortens her hair and wears those vests to the ring. They always look so cool. Yeah, I just think, my God, what an absolute megastar. So I'm infatuated, absolutely. From when I first laid eyes on her in NXT UK, I thought this woman's going to go somewhere. And she's 24. She's 24 fucking years old. That is crazy. How can you even do that? What am I even doing here? As I said, I'm 20. What am I even doing here? I've got nothing like Rhea. Absolutely nothing. So yeah, and she's proved herself more than once. War Games twice. Steel cage match with Mercedes Martinez. So yeah, she's got power. She's got stamina. She's got speed. She's got charisma as a heel and face. So she's over as fuck. So what else is there to say? I could talk for hours. Let's stop me. Put her in Top Real Tacular. You know you want to do it.
Charlotte.
No, do not let her.
Charlotte. Just let her go over.
Move Charlotte behind. There we go. Fuck yes. Right, you can talk now.
I mean, there's not much I can add on to what you said. I think you summed it up pretty well, to be honest.
Go on. Well, you know, you can. I'll let you comment a bit.
Good theme song.
Very good theme song. My God, are you a fan of Ash Costello or are you a fan of Ash Costello?
Both.
Yeah, exactly.
What answer to that?
Yeah, she's such a rare worker. She's a Rhea now. She can be this cocky, powerful heel.
I thought you meant Ash Costello then.
No, Ash Costello is technically Ash Costello is a heel because she sung Rhea out and Rhea was a heel in that match against Asuka.
Yeah.
So God, she's got such a unique look, Rhea. My God, as I said, she can be the powerful heel, but also the confident face. So she just looks like a badass, acts like a badass. She is that badass. She's the Raw Women's Champion. We haven't even mentioned that she's currently Raw Women's Champion. So she's just got this body and this presence and this charisma, and she's genuinely my favorite wrestler. If someone came up to me and asked me, and I'd say without a doubt it is Rhea Ripley. It's fucking amazing, dude. Jesus Christ. I honestly legitimately think that Rhea is the best thing in wrestling right now, and has been for quite a few years, at least since she came up to NXT and beat Shayna. And oh my God, I have nothing but good things to say. 24 years old is insane. It's always great. It's always great that they treat her like the gold she is, and they treat her like the absolute megastar that she is. So You know what? You're going to tell me to shut up about Rhea, but I will never shut up because I legitimately think that she's going to go places and she has so much potential and so much drive. And so I'm so happy they're just pushing her to the moon. Please push her to the moon. I would watch Rhea demolish everyone on this list, and I would not feel a thing. I would just feel unconditional love for this woman. My God. Oh, fuck her. Fucking love so much.
You done?
Yeah, that's staying in. That's staying in. Don't isolate any of that, what I said. That's staying in. Oh, okay. My God. I'm getting hot. Right, carry on.
Okay, well, I'm going to very quickly move on. Now, I mentioned that there's someone we cannot disagree on, otherwise a riot is starting.
Is it Nikki Cross?
It's Nikki Cross.
You know what? I think Nikki Cross is a darling. I really like her.
Literally, in like as far as anyone on this list goes, I think like she doesn't get used at all anymore. But like everything, like her Sanity stuff was good. Like R.I.P. Sanity, Jesus.
Yeah, is it weird to think that she's the last member of Sanity?
I mean, Eric Young's gone. Killian Dane's in NXT with Maverick, and Wolf's gone. Or was he NXT UK?
I think he's gone. I think he's gone.
I've got a feeling he's gone.
Citation needed. He may be in NXT UK. I don't think he is. I don't remember him.
He definitely went there when Sanity got split. I just don't know if they've kept him. Yeah, I mean, like, so Sanity stuff was good. The involvement in Aleister Black's feud was great, and the whole thing of like Nikki knows something that Black doesn't. I think that worked very well. Thankfully, also Black's now appearing back on TV.
He is. He's now back on SmackDown.
He is.
And we still have Nikki Cross sort of...
Well, she was doing stuff with Alexa, and then Alexa started to join the Fiend. So Nikki's kind of just not doing anything. Because they started off with like Nikki being like, oh, I want my friend back. And then Alexa kind of ignoring her. And now they're just not doing anything.
But I'd also like to mention that Nikki was sort of the one that got away. Because the whole angle with heel Alexa was, oh, she can never keep a friend. Yeah. She betrays Nia, she betrays Mickey. Nikki Cross comes along, she's set up to do it, but she never really does it.
Yeah.
And Nikki just becomes kind of Alexa's friend, and that's it. Nikki drops sort of the whole madness gimmick she was going for with Sanity, and now she's just regular Nikki Cross.
Well, yeah, this is the other thing, because like, if you were told me a couple of years ago, right, you got this insane like crazy Nikki Cross, and you've got Alexa Bliss. One of them's gonna get like mind melted by the Fiend and become this weird, insane person. If you then told me, oh, Alexa Bliss is the one, I'd be like, why? Why is it not Nikki Cross? It makes
why did they do it with Nikki? That's amazing.
It makes sense.
Because that way you can have Nikki turn on Alexa, which no one will be expecting.
Yeah.
My God, Corey, why aren't you a writer?
Good point. Too stressful to rip the script up right in front of me.
Oh my God, that's really, really good though. Why wasn't it Nikki in the end?
I don't.
I feel like the Fiend would probably get to Alexa and get to Braun more at that time by using Nikki Cross as the sort of demon pawn. And it would definitely give her a boost.
Yeah, and it's like, obviously, she's won the tag team titles.
Yes, she did.
With Bliss. Even their coffee cups won the tag team titles. I liked that. I very much enjoyed that. But yeah, I mean, they're just not doing anything, and it bugs me.
You know what? I've got. There will be no riot, Corey. I've got a soft spot for Nikki Cross. I really have a soft spot for her because I know she tries so hard, and I know she's doing her best. And I know she wants to do more, but it's just they won't let her for some weird reason. You know what? Here's what I'd like to see, especially recently now that Charlotte's gone away from the title picture. I'd like Nikki Cross to come in and go, you know what? I've done it with Alexa. Rhea, you're the new girl in town. I'm coming for you. I'd really like to see that. Yeah, sure. Of course, I'd put Rhea over because she's Rhea fucking Ripley. Mm-hmm. But other than that, being in that title picture, at least for that amount of time, and who says they wouldn't like to see Nikki Cross versus Rhea Ripley? I'd definitely like to see it. And I think, as I said, I think it could give Nikki a real boost, especially at this time where she's not really being used that much.
Yeah,
and yes, I know she's studying for a history degree or whatever she's doing. Good luck for that. But I know she's like, she always posts about how she's got new gear, and she always seems really appreciative on social media of her position. So yeah, what are you doing? Use her more.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're going to bring them back, obviously don't involve her with Bliss. That's now kind of sailed. Either just bring her back in a women's division. I would love to see her at some point win a belt, because Jesus Christ, she deserves it. Or just whack her with Black again. Black's coming back. Just have them do something.
What, put her on SmackDown? And
yeah. In fact,
put her with Buster Black.
I'd rather have her on SmackDown and at some point win the belt on SmackDown than her be on Raw and have like maybe a championship match but not win it. I'd rather her win the belt on SmackDown.
Oh really? Oh no, I'd have to go for the latter, to be honest. I feel like, yes, I know Nikki Cross is a very solid mid-card worker, but I'd like to see her at least go into that championship scene, at least for a bit. Like, now that Charlotte's out having dental surgery or whatever, apparently, I'd like to see Nikki Cross fill that hole.
Yeah, but I want to see her win, which is why I want her on SmackDown.
Yeah, I know she wouldn't win, but she's still come in like, oh, I've been dejected, I've been thrown to the side. You know what, I don't need to be part of Retribution, I don't need a fancy mask, I'm Nikki Cross and I'm dangerous how I am. What? I'm going to take you on Alexa, I'm going to take you on Asuka, I'm going to take you on Rhea. So I feel like Nikki could have a real resurgence doing that. But anyway, well, let's make a decision.
I mean, also, first off, Alexander Wolf is still with NXT UK.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, so Eric Young's the only one that's gone.
Oh, well, Sanity no longer exists,
and arguably, people would say he was the best one out of all of them.
I think Nick. To be honest, I think Nikki Cross is the best.
I think Nikki, yeah, but I mean, I think out of men, Eric Cross is fantastic. Eric Young is fantastic. Eric Cross, Jesus. I reckon Nikki Cross definitely does not go in air.
No, definitely not.
For me,
you know what?
I prefer
if she got to Sizzling, I wouldn't be mad.
No, I wouldn't be mad either.
Sizzling?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe bottom, or maybe just above. Oh no, I don't think above Asuka. She's never been a main roster champion. She'll go bottom, Sizzling.
Yeah, not
there
yet.
There we go. That's a good place for Nikki Cross.
Hasn't been yet. One day she'll win it.
Hopefully. Well, you can hold out hope. He says. He sits here while Rhea Ripley is current Raw Women's Champion.
She'll do it. She'll win the SmackDown belt because it's blue.
She's
from Scotland. She's the first Scottish women champion. I don't think there's been one yet.
Right, okay. You're just piggybacking off all of Rhea's achievements. Stop it now. Right.
Nikki Cross
now we have Peyton Royce, who's another Australian. And do you have a particular soft spot for Peyton? What's your thoughts?
I thought she was good in the Iconics. I thought she was overlooked.
She was over in the Iconics.
No, overlooked. As in, I thought people.
Yeah, she was overlooked.
Think people were like, Billie Kay's better. And I think
overlooked but underrated. Let's say.
I think people are like, oh, Billie Kay's better than Billie Kay's better, and it's like, I kind of preferred. I think I preferred Peyton in the ring, Billie on the mic. I think. That's what I put it to.
So these two did get their start on NXT.
Yep.
As just Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Then they came together and they became the Iconics.
Yep. Which
was obviously the best thing they've ever done, both of them.
Yeah.
Then they won the tag team belts at WrestleMania. They were tag team champions for a while. Who did they lose it to? Was it? I don't think it was Sasha and Bayley.
No.
Was it Alexa and?
Could have been.
Was it Alexa and Nikki, or was it Asuka and Kairi? I don't know. We might need a check for that.
Yeah, we'll find out.
But anyway, I'll talk a bit about Peyton. I think that, I don't think she was handled very well. Right. She needs to be in the Iconics, or she doesn't work.
Yes.
And you're just disproving the theory of having tag team wrestlers be tag team wrestlers. I know, as I said before, WWE has some kind of weird fetish for breaking up tag teams, but I think that Peyton is one of the casualties of that. That everyone thought that, Vince McMahon's really hot on Peyton Royce. Vince McMahon's going to push Peyton Royce, blah, 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 blah. But where was it? Where was the push? she won a match against Billie Kay, her former Iconic mate. Was that the push? She's in a team with Lacey Evans. Is that, and they do next to nothing? Is that what you call a push, Vince? No, I feel like she's been tossed around too much, and she's, as I said, she's been overlooked greatly, and that has been a complete sacrifice. It's like, people go, we need more teams for our women's tag division, and WWE goes, you're right, let's split up the Iconics. They go, what? No, they're brilliant tag team wrestlers. Keep them together. Yeah. You go, all right, okay, I get you now. WWE says, you're right. Let's put them in tag teams, but separately. And then we go, no, they're a brilliant tag team together because they are together. And then WWE goes, right, okay, fair shout. Let's get rid of them. So then they're just both released. Oh my God, what a sad state of affairs. Bless you, Peyton and Billy. You really got the short end of the stick here. Just because Beaver Kevin Dunn doesn't get Billie Kay. What phrase is that? Did I rant about this in the Raw Men's video?
Possibly.
I don't like how WWE is suddenly using the phrase "doesn't get" or whatever. Like Vince McMahon doesn't get Keith Lee. Kevin Dunn doesn't get Billie Kay. What do you mean? What do you mean don't get them? There's not a lot to get, really.
Yeah.
Billie Kay was over with this new resume gimmick. She was the antithesis of WWE's philosophy, which is if you work hard and work with what you've got, you will be successful. And Billie worked hard, worked with what she's got, and then they fucking got rid of her. What shit is that? Anyway, I'll leave that for some rant video aside, but as far as Peyton goes, yeah, she's good in the ring. Her heel kicks always look really nice. She took on that new finisher lately, that sort of brain buster where she picks you up upside down and twists and slams one to your head.
Yeah.
Was that called? It's called like the Deja Vu or something. It looks really good. Ruby Riott always sold it really well.
Yeah.
But I think as far as Peyton goes, it'll be sort of mid to top decent.
I've looked at our SmackDown women's roster, and Billie Kay got 4th decent overall.
Right. Okay. Well, then Peyton will get the same.
Yeah.
She will join her Iconic sister, and she will get the same position as Billie. Pretty fair, I'd say.
Yeah.
Now we have the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
Yes, and I believe this is who you were alluding to when it said the other person who can dislocate.
Yes, she can. She can dislocate her shoulder.
Yes, and then ram it back in with a corner post.
Yes, she can. Didn't that look badass? That was cool. That was cool as fuck. I love when she did that. Yeah, she can dislocate her shoulder, and I think Shayna is one of those top level talents.
Yeah,
and I think she was mishandled when she came onto the main roster. She had a complete wipeout performance at the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
where she beat everybody within a couple of minutes, and now we've just got Shayna with a tag team with Nia. But if we're taking everything into account, taking her NXT stuff into account, she's the longest. I think she's second longest or longest reigning 2-time NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah,
I know she's had good matches with Ember Moon, and good matches with Candice LeRae and Dakota Kai and everything. So I think that right. Let's find a place for Shayna, and then we'll talk about her a bit more.
Yeah.
Sizzling.
Yeah.
I think she can make sort of second Sizzling behind Naomi. I'm a fan of Shayna.
Yeah, why not?
What do you think, though? I'm curious.
I like her. I prefer her as I see it. I was about to say I prefer her as a single star. I prefer her when she's used properly as a single star.
Mm-hmm.
But her tag team stuff currently is alright. But again, one of the better things she's done in her career on the main roster, but she hasn't done much on the main roster.
Correct.
So again, not won a main roster belt yet. Why?
Yeah. You know what? WrestleMania 36, Becky wanted to lose it to Shayna, and they wouldn't let her. How depressing is that? That Shayna wipes out the Elimination Chamber, is in full position to take it off Becky, and and Becky wanted it to happen because Becky was pregnant anyway, and she wanted to leave, and that would have been a good excuse. But no. And then think about it. We could have had Shayna versus Asuka, which is a main event match if I ever saw one. And maybe they were leading to that because Asuka was the last opponent in the Elimination Chamber.
I don't get it. Give her a belt.
Yeah, give her a belt. Give her some kind of belt. She's got the tag team belt, which I guess counts.
Yeah, but
but I would have loved if that's the way they did it.
At some point, she will be champion. It's just when.
Yeah. But no, I want Rhea to have a nice long reign, so we're gonna have to give her time first. But yeah, I think Shayna could definitely. Because Shayna's work with the NXT title speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So Shayna's work with the NXT belt speaks for itself. So I think she's in more than a good position to be a champion. So also, I'm a big fan of her YouTube channel. Have you watched some of her stuff? She's actually really good. She's really funny.
I've seen bits, but not really.
She's really funny and she's really smart and she clearly knows what she's talking about. She was in UFC for quite some time.
She was. They were going through the Four Horsewomen versus the Four Horsewomen.
Yeah, the Four Horsewomen of MMA, who are Shayna, Ronda, Maria Shafir, and Jessamine Duke.
Yes.
So, and I think Shayna is one of those people who, plays a really like devastating, imposing heel, but in reality, she seems really nice and mellow and calm and funny, and Rhea's sort of the same, I guess. She looks really intimidating and imposing, but in real life, she's just this charismatic sort of goof, and I think that's fun. But anyway, with Shayna, I think she's very powerful in the ring. Again, with the Asuka lock, her sort of it's what Samoa Joe does. It's called. Is it the Kirifuda? We talked about this. Is it the Kirifuda clutch or the Kuchina clutch?
Kirifuda.
I think it's the Kirifuda. I think it's the in the chokehold, and she takes you down. And that was very protected. She always won with that thing. Up until she got riptided off the middle rope and then lost her NXT Championship. But she had a massive reign. It was something like 400 days or something. It was massive. Yeah. And she had it for twice as well because she lost it to Kairi Sane and then got it back. So, yeah, she's really, really, really good. I'm a big fan of Shayna. So, and now we have Shayna Braxton.
Yeah.
Who is just who used to host. Did she used to host Raw Talk? I don't think she did. I think that was Charlie.
Yeah, that was Charlie, I think.
And she's just a backstage interviewer. Been on Raw a few times. I think she's actually on SmackDown now, like Nia. But let's just say, I don't know, decent. She does her job pretty well.
Yeah.
Always seems very. I know. Oh wait, she's the host of the Bump, isn't she? She's the host of the Bump.
Yes. Which
is their sort of YouTube live stream network off behind the scenes kind of show, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's the host of the Bump, and I've actually watched the Bump a couple of times, and she's very light-hearted, very funny, obviously very energetic, likes to talk about what she likes to talk about, likes what she does. So, yeah, let's put her in sort of mid-decent, I'd say.
Yeah.
Just ahead of. I'd say she'd have to go ahead of Dana. I'd put her behind Mia. She's got that energy. She's got that charisma. She obviously knows what she's doing. Knows what she does. There we go. So, and there is your Raw Women's roster list. Yeah, we're missing out on a couple of people. Mickie James could have been here. Selena Vega could have been here. We know that Peyton isn't actually employed by the company anymore. Neither of those two people I just mentioned. But
yeah.
Oh well. That's the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. What do you think, Corey?
I think it's pretty good.
Think it's pretty good? There's a good list. Should we do NXT? Do you want us to do NXT?
Might do.
Leave a comment. If you want us to do NXT, leave a comment. Tell us that you want us to do NXT and we'll do it. But this was our Raw Women's roster. And, you can follow us on our Instagram, @TheRealShow. Follow us on our Twitter, @TheRealShowFM. And, you can subscribe and like and dislike and comment. And follow our Twitter and tweet at us. and let us know what you want to think, what you want to see. So there we are. It's a goodbye from Corey.
Goodbye.
And a goodbye from me. Goodbye.